Astro Duchess is G-Man's daughter. Wait, what? So you see, today I decided to finally post something positive on my channel because, to be honest with you guys, my last 2 videos were pretty gloomy to say the least. But please keep in mind that it ain't all over for us, and for the skibidi toilet community at all. And we just got to wait a bit longer so that Boom would manage all of these stupid issues regarding the copyright claims and his brand. And now, while we are having more time to wait, I decided to talk about the hottest theories on what will happen in the next episode that my subscribers suggested to me. So I took the best comments you guys posted in my Discord server and YouTube, and I will not only express my own opinion about them, but also tell you whether they might actually come true just like my own predictions or not. Is Titan Cameraman still alive even with his camera detached from his body? Will Titan Speakerman work under G-Man's command once again, and why it's actually a good thing? Is Astro Duchess really G-Man's daughter, no cap? And are Astro Toilets actually connected to the secret agent? So if you want to know everything about it, then get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it's going to be insane. And let's go! And be sure to also give this video a like, and subscribe to my channel, where I make a lot of skibidi toilet content while you are waiting for the next episode to get released. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's continue. And let's start with the comment that I randomly stumbled upon a few days ago while searching my Discord server, and it gave me the motivation to make this video in the first place. So the user named Good-a-Large TV Man wrote the following thing. I have a theory, of course. What else could I have? Anyway, I think that an old duo is going to be back, and I mean G-Man and Titan Speakerman. And I think that Skibidi Scientist and G-Man wanted Titan Speakerman in the first place because Astro Toilets probably have weaknesses to loud noises. And I think that the Glitch Toilet was also a failed project to make Astro type of army for themselves, which Mecha Scientist destroyed with the help of speakers. So yeah, I think that the old duo will come back, but with love this time, and not with parasites. And fist thing first. Thank you for such a comment, bro, as it really made me nuclear when I imagined G-Man and Titan Speakerman fighting together again like in the good old days of classic Skibidi Toilet. The nostalgia wave that just hit me was insane. But another thing is that it's actually pretty much plausible and may happen, and we can even see it in episode 78 exactly. Here's why. So now when Jimmy had his pretty heated conversation with the old Juggernaut buddy, and it was also obvious to us that he didn't plan to even battle him in the first place, he changed locations and now must be onto a new mission. And even though Jimmy is a pretty sneaky guy who clearly has his own plans on his mind that might not even coordinate to the Alliance's plans, something tells me that the next spot we'll see him at will be really close to the Speakerman's armada. Why? Well, because the members of his exclusive G-Squad are still there, and he needs to at least reunite with them and give them new orders, as well to think what he should do to the Skibidi Scientist's puppet next, which was most likely being operated by Skibidi Kleiner at the moment when Jimmy was absent. Because there might be some strategy connected to this puppet. Like, do Astro Toilets even know that the scientist is gone so G-Man can play it out at his advantage? Okay, but whether the puppet actually matters or not, his reappearance on the location from full episode 77 would also mean that he'll join the Speakerman's armada when it shows up. And we already know that it must happen extremely soon. Especially given that Titan TV Man is lost for the Alliance now, just as Titan Cameraman. But we'll talk about that guy a little bit later. So the appearance of the upgraded Titan Speakerman is inevitable and really anticipated by all of us. And I already yapped quite a lot on what kinds of upgrades I expect from Titan Speakerman in one of my earlier theory videos. So let's focus on the actual duo thing today. Do I believe that G-Man might actually team up with the Speakerman? That's pretty much possible. But still, it would be so freaking hilarious to see the reaction from Titan Speakerman, who'll have to work with Jimmy again, but this time on good terms. Because not only he'll be still remembering the whole parasite thing from the earliest Skibidi Toilet episodes, but also the events of episode 73, for example, where he and Jimmy, had a very close and personal encounter. If you get what I mean, of course. So I expect just a ton of pretty inappropriate jokes when these two will be fighting side by side, and I hope that Boom won't disappoint me in that regard, because I know that brother loves sassy jokes and memes, so he better deliver them all in case my subscribers' prediction will come out to be true. Okay, and now as I briefly mentioned Titan Cameraman again, let's talk about him. And in case you watched my video about episode 78, Devastating Plot Twist, then you know that Boom really tricked us when the folder with the leaks for the upcoming episodes dropped. And in one of the images from that folder, I found out the detail which might be hinting to the Titan cameraman's passing. Because next to the Astro Duchess, we could barely see the silhouette of Titan cameraman's head camera, apparently detached from his body, and well, let's just say that this detail upset me a lot. But some of my subscribers still kept the positive spirit within themselves, just as the user named The Void, who wrote, "Just thought about something. What if Titan cameraman survived the Astro toilets, but he is heavily injured? Now, in my original theory, I just yapped about him getting infected or being dead. Because we know when the TV says camera offline with Titan under it, it usually is linked to the fact that the cameraman is dead or perhaps infected. But this is a scenario that's literally too important for being done off screen, and it didn't make any sense. But what about the possibility that the head camera of Titan cameraman might just be destroyed or ripped off from his body? We all know the Titan's actual life point is not the head like for us humans, but their core. So with the head camera destroyed, it would look like he is dead and not just lost connection, because lost connection might mean the camera is intact or damage received but still repairable. But offline sign could mean it's too advanced to repair and need to be replaced. So Titan cameraman might be fine for now, just decapitated. And maybe in that state, Astro Duchess will do something about it, like holding him for infecting him too. And well, that definitely gave me some blinks of hope. I also pointed out in my earlier videos how it would be just strange and borderline unhinged of Boom to destroy such beloved character like Titan cameraman off screen, especially after hyping up the idea that he's still alive and might actually come back so many times. So I agree that the whole issue surrounding our Titan's long departure and that unsettling leak detail might be much more complicated than just he is alive or he is gone. Apparently, Boom is really cooking something up for Titan cameraman and his future plot arc, and it will probably be split into a few parts that will require several episodes or secret scenes to reveal what actually happened to him. And now let's move on to one of the most insane but interesting theories I've read so far from my subscribers. Which isn't a bad thing at all, because I myself have, an inclination to cook up some really crazy theories, and to tell you even more, guys, sometimes a part of those crazy theories actually comes true. Not only I'm not judging, but actually encourage you guys to be as creative as possible, because that makes the whole thing even more awesome. So the user called Skibidi Cameraman wrote, "Perhaps Astro Duchess is G-Man's child." As the subtitles from episode 76 said, "Stop torturing me," when Duchess was destroying a skibidi toilet. And in season 25, G-Man says, "I know what it's like to see your child suffer, unable to help." There's a strange connection here. I also think that the representatives of each race were shown when the infected mutant spoke to them just after TV scientist had a confrontation with the detective. The mutant was waiting until he could get them all together in order to propose the new alliance. And let's address your second thought right away. I actually believe that you are absolutely correct here, bro, because I've already made the similar conclusion while analyzing. Plus, it would make the most sense for the infected to speak up when the most important fries are at one place. And now let's talk about Astro Duchess bit. Does it sound actually insane? Yes. But do I think that it's actually possible? Now let's point out a few things to you. In my video called G-Man's Past is Darker Than We Thought, I basically told you the version of Jimmy's past I consider to be my own headcanon at this point. And according to this version, G-Man used to be an inhabitant of some planet that was later conquered by Astro toilets, and the majority of its population that wasn't destroyed got turned into the members of Astro's army. And I also suspected that G-Man's motivation to betray Astro faction could be that he couldn't put up with all the atrocities it did towards different innocent planets, or that Astro faction destroyed all the relatives or friends that G-Man had in the past. But this theory from my subscriber suggests that maybe the other G-Man's relative could still be alive and even turned into Astro Soldier themselves. And to be honest with you, I kind of see the vision. And Astro Duchess's words indeed sound pretty interesting in comparison to what Jimmy said to Juggernaut in season 25. Although I still have to point out that it's possible that by suffering, G-Man actually meant the passing of his child, and the suffering was what prevented his or her death. So yeah, there are two interpretations of his words in my opinion, but I'm not gonna lie. If my subscribers' predictions somehow will turn out to be true, I'll probably visit the nearest mental hospital for a couple of days to process it. And the last thing I'd like to discuss today is 3 small details that several of users pointed out in my Discord server. So at first the user Jonas wrote, I don't know if anyone noticed it, but in the remade episode 75, when the acid skibidi explodes on Juggerson, there are green particles which are not related to the acid explosion, but look exactly like when Plungerman burned at the end of episode 70. And right under it, I found another comment that said, I recently rewatched a few older episodes and noticed that whenever an Astro attacks something, it leaves particles behind. Someone should look into that, in my opinion. Like in the secret scenes of season 25 when Juggernaut punches G-Toilet's shield and G-Toilet has red particles surrounding him for like 5 or 10 seconds. And boy, what do I even say here? As much as I want to draw some sort of connection between the secret agent and Astro Toilets because, well, why the hell not? I still don't really think that this whole particle thing is that much of a mystery. Because sometimes particles of different colors can be a mere rendering issue after post-production stage. Or maybe those particles are just splashes of gunfire. Different types of energy the characters of Skibidi Toilet use in battles and whatnot else. The green particles from episode 75 in particular really must be nothing more than just acid injected into Juggerson's body fluids or something like this. But there was also one more Astro-related comment that I found, and it was actually right, so Upgraded Laser Cameraman pointed out, does anyone else hear Astro Toilet sounds in episode 33? Like before they're gonna teleport in? And I rewatched this episode, and yep, those sounds were right there from the beginning. But honestly, it didn't surprise me much because Boom already said it several times that Astro Toilets were present in this universe long before episode 53. But it's still cool to notice such small details after witnessing the latest episodes of the series. And that was all for today. Write in the comments below your own opinion, as I am always interested to read what my viewers think. And be sure to subscribe to my channel, not to miss my new videos to entertain yourselves while you are waiting for episode 78 to get released.